Namaskar. I am here in Jyoti Chitraban complex to attend first Guwahati Asian Film Festival 2025. Here I meet with renowned filmmaker Mr. Haobam Paban Kumar. He is with me. Let's talk about his filmmaking journey and more. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
At first, my question: if you looking back on your film career in 2025, how do you feel? Has your dream come true?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with whatever I have done in my life. I'm lucky that I'm able to do whatever I want to do in my films. I'm a very independent filmmaker, and I don't bother much about the results. I mainly also not the audience, so I just keep making films whatever I like, even the subjects, the treatment. So yeah, I'm quite happy with whatever I have done.
What was your dream since childhood and any inspiration?
Uh, I never thought about filmmaking as a child, you know, but our family, is into arts. My grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my this side of the our grandfather, both of them were into dance. They were famous Manipuri dance teachers.
What is the name?
One is Guru Atomba from Haobam side, from my parental side, father's side, and from my maternal side, Guru Tarun Kumar. They were famous Manipuri uh, dance persons, and my maternal grandfather, Guru Tarun Kumar, was also working in Bombay Talkies those days as a dance director when Devika Rani and all were there. He is Ratan Thyam's father also. So whatever.
Vatantyam is your uncle.
Yeah, he's my maternal uncle. Yeah.
Okay.
So that background was there at home, but my parents were not very successful in their careers. So they always wanted me to push for studies. So I never kind of thought about having a career in arts. So it just by chance that I came into films.
Who inspires you a lot from childhood?
I think from childhood, no. I mean, so if you look at cinema, I used to love Amitabh Bachchan films a lot. But it was later on my uncle which actually inspired me to do something different, to do something for Manipur. So I think the inspiration came from my uncle, whom I saw very closely and whom people respect a lot. When I used to travel with my uncle, the kind of respect he used to get from people as an artist. So I think
In Manipur.
outside Manipur, people used to, uh, you know, respect the way he used to get respect. I thought this is something great. If you can do something. So later on, when I was doing my graduation at Mysore University in the final year, I was doing my BSc Computer Science. So I thought maybe I should do something else other than studies. So I was getting bored with studies. So I thought I should do something, and then my uncle used to come to Bangalore frequently because Girish Karnat was very close to him, and his daughter was also studying in Bangalore. So that's why I said the kind of respect he gets as an artist, and the way he was doing something for Manipur, it was amazing. So I thought I will do something like that. Then I realized that uh, there is no one who has gone to FTII or SRFTI properly and has trained as a filmmaker in Manipur. And I also thought cinema will be an easy way to communicate with people. Instead of writing, if you can do cinema, it will be it's a very realistic medium. You can easily, talk to people directly, communicate with people directly. That's how I came into films. And after that, it was my uncle who was helping me to get admission and all these things. Yeah.
I have heard that your grandfather established in somehow established in Pakistan also.
Yeah. After he when he after his leaving his job at Bombay Talkies, he went to Lahore and started a Manipuri dance school. It was quite popular. Even now also I was thinking of doing a documentary. So I was doing some research. That building is still there, Manipuri dance school in Lahore. So
In
Hindustan,
Lahore.
so Hindustan Pakistan happened, then he had to come back. So yeah, he was very. I mean, I think whatever our my uncle Ratan Thyam used to go around with him. So I think his whole experience
Before
also.
independence, after independence.
My grandfather used to have this dance school before independence.
Oh,
So
yes.
after, so when Hindustan
Pakistan divided.
divided, so he came back and
Back
he's,
in Manipur.
no, he's still in Kolkata. He was working with Uday Shankar as
Acha.
that time also as a dance. And Ratan Thyam was actually born in Navadip. Because my grandfather and my grandmother was there, even my whole family, my mother, they studied till 10th standard. And so Ratan Thyam is kind of a Bengali. He was born in Bengal.
Haobam Sharma.
Hmm.
He graduated from
Shantiniketan.
Shantiniketan.
Not graduated, he did his masters in
Masters,
philosophy.
yes.
Then I think he also did Ravindra Sangeet from there, because
Yes,
he was basically a
Bengal
music.
connection.
Yeah. See, this whole region,
Yes.
Bengal was the biggest civilization. I think that it will affect everyone, you know. So yeah, those days Bengali was also like an official language, and Santiniketan, even M.K. Binodini, who's a famous writer of Manipur, an icon. She was doing studying in Santiniketan. If you look at Aribam Sham Sharma's old films, it was written by M.K. Binodini, you know, all the screenplay. Shano, Imagining Theme, all these things. So the Bengali connection was very strong.
Film graduation in which year and why you choose this?
Well, I think the main reason why I joined films is I wanted to do something different from run from academics, and also when those days when I was going to Delhi and for travel and other things, the people were not aware about us. They were not bothered who Manipuris are. The Northeast people, they don't care. So I thought cinema will be the easiest medium to tell them our stories. So to connect with them with the mainland, I thought cinema will be a good option. So after that, when I spoke to my uncle, he said you should go to the best school. So I did my graduation in '96, and after that he said you do some small training. So I went to AFT in Noida. Mama got me, into AFT, and then I started trying for both FTI and SRFTI, because he wanted me to go to the best film school, and I was very clear from the beginning that I wanted to do direction. So, but then there were a lot of 0 years in between, and I waited for 6 years, and finally I got admission. But in between, I was assisting Aribam Sham Sharma from '96 onwards.
In,
So
in cellular format.
yeah, in cellular format, and I joined SRFTI in 2002 after 6 years of struggling.
Whether you have to go to film institute to become a filmmaker?
No, that's what my uncle only told me, that if you want to do films, you should go to the best institute. He is also from NSD, and cinema being a technical medium, it's not like theater. No, you have to learn the craft. You have to understand the craft. So I thought this will be the best way to study or do cinema, to go to a film school. That's why even after 6 years of trying, I went to the film school. My uncle was surprised when I said that I'm again applying for it. He said, "You're already, you have been trying for so many years. Now you want to go?" Because I was almost 29 years old when I joined the film school.
And how many times you?
For exam,
Uh,
3 times. In 6 years, 3 times, and third time I got admission. In 6 years, there were a lot of 0 years, three
Yes.
0 years. So I got to apply 3 times only.
that time you are
Assisting Aribam Sham sir.
Haobam Sharma.
Yeah.
And that time your struggle.
Yeah, struggle in the sense what was happening was I was not getting admission.
Yes.
So my parents were really worried ki what is their son doing. I'm the only child of my parents. I don't have any
Oh,
brother sister. So they were really afraid that what am I going to do in life, you know. So I was also very, you know, so I didn't
anxious.
knew yeah, what to do. So, but then I was very sure that I will stick to filmmaking. And yeah, so luckily I got admission in 2002.
2002.
Yeah, and I passed in 2006, 5, 6.
What challenges you face in your career at beginning and now?
See, I think cinema being a, you know, you need always money to make films. So that is always a struggle. And also, while making film, you have all the challenges. So I always tell my friends, my young students also, so never tell people that you are struggling, because every filmmaker struggles to make films. So never say that मेरे को time नहीं मिला, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं था. The audience or whoever watches the film, they will only see your end product.
Yes.
So if you, and also all the filmmakers, they don't want to listen to anyone struggling. So struggle is always there when you make a film. Financial struggle, technical struggle, because being from this part of the country, we have very limited resources. Now it's good that because of digital technology, a lot of changes are happening. But earlier we used to have a lot of struggles. We have to go to outside the state to do editing and all these things. So initially all those were there, but digital revolutionized the whole filmmaking
Okay.
scene, and it has become very cheap also. So that struggle was there, but then the struggle is always there. But I never say I struggle, because filmmaking is always a struggle.
Do you love your films?
I love doing what I am doing. I love what I did. I enjoy the process. Sometimes, you know, you're not able to do whatever you're not able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. But then I'm happy with whatever I've done till now. You know, I'm quite satisfied. Sometimes you're not able to do what you want to do, but then even if I'm able to do 50% of what I have conceived in my film, I'm happy. And yeah, and some people have also appreciated my film, so it's always feel good when someone likes your film.
I think you are in 25 years in your film career.
Almost 20, 25,
25 years. If I made a list,
Hmm.
in 2005, AFSA 1958,
1958.
2006, Along the Way,
Hmm.
2008, The First Leap,
Yeah,
and A Cry in the Dark.
yeah,
Go film. In 2008,
okay.
2009, Mr. India. It's a documentary film. I
Yeah,
watched
it's mostly
this film.
documentary, except
Uh,
along the way, it's my diploma film from SRFTI. It was made in 35 mm.
35 mm.
Yeah, our diploma used to be in 35 mm, no? SRFTI.
Yes.
Yeah, we used to shoot in celluloid. So that was
Oh,
35 mm, and my first film to go to Panorama, Indian Panorama, was my along the way. Yeah.
oh, oh. In
But my
yes,
2000, I think it was 2006, Indian Panorama.
2006.
Yeah.
2010, Peace Havi.
Women impersonators in English. This is about the Sumang Lila courtyard play in Manipur, like Jatra, where guys play the role of female. Uh,
2012, Ruptured Spring.
mm,
2014, Phum Shang. वो तो देखा
yeah,
वो
yeah,
तो film division.
yeah,
Lady of the Lake.
yeah. That was fiction.
That was fiction. Yes. And 2020, Nine Hills, One
One
Valley.
Valley.
It's a feature. And 2022,
23.
2000, Pabung Sang.
Oh, another documentary. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That was, I don't know which year. It was about our
Uh,
legendary filmmaker Haobam Sharma, and
yes, 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 yes.
it was like a tribute because
Oribam
he's my
Sharma.
teacher for a long time. So,
And 2023, Iron Woman of Manipur.
oh, I also I forgot that was all on the women weightlifters of Manipur, their history.
And now Joseph's son
Yeah,
running film for NFDC.
yeah. Co-production.
Co-production. Tell something about SRFT days.
I think the best thing that happened to me is SRFTI. If I look back, because whatever I'm today is, I think it's because of SRFTI. I learned the craft. I mean, I met all my friends there, who are still with me, and I got all the inspiration, everything from it. SRFTI was the best thing that happened to me, and I was very crazy about telling stories the cinematic way. So, and I got to learn so much from the institute, lensing, uh, no watching world cinema at SRFTI, because those days it was difficult. Nowadays with the internet you can see so many films, no, easily. But those days it was difficult. It was only in the archive or SRFTI that we got to watch world cinema. So it was an eye opening for me, and I always believe in film education. So that luckily I got admission, and I'm so happy today that whatever I am today is because of SRFTI.
You start your career as a documentary filmmaker and are now making feature film. Why?
See, I always wanted to make feature film from the very beginning. Then what happened was, in the those days there were money for from Doordarshan to make films, commission films, and also I think lot of small documentaries. Everybody, you were also making. We got money
Yes.
to make films, and those days it was only celluloid.
Yes.
So to make a film in celluloid, you needed a lot of big budget, no? And also, I think when I came out of SRFTI, Haobam Sharma's name was very big, right, in Manipur cinema and Indian cinema. So I wanted to do something different, and from Haobam Sharma, because Haobam Sharma's films were more of a cultural, traditional, rooted films. So I thought, what is my reality? So my reality was the contemporary issues. So whatever I knew, the way Haobam Sharma knows Manipuri culture, tradition, I don't think I know that much. So I started looking at myself. What do I know? So my reality was different. My reality was what was happening in front of me. So I think that's why documentary came immediately, and also the financial part. And we were getting some fund to make documentaries, and so that's how I started. But I always wanted to make fiction film. So that was in 2011. I started for fiction films. So after making documentaries for 15, 17 years, when you make your first feature film, you are always called a debut filmmaker.
Oh yes.
Unfortunately.
What's your thought process to make a film?
Well, as I said earlier, my ideas comes from my surrounding. So when I make a film today, so what is affecting me right now as a person, what is really disturbing me,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever is also making me feel enjoyable or whatever. So I think my subjects comes like that. So maybe because I've been doing documentaries for a long time, so my subjects comes from daily happenings. Even if it is a fiction or a non-fiction, I try to project that. So I will pick up stories of the contemporary time. So idea comes, it may be a documentary or it can be a feature film. So suppose I made AFSPA 1958 when there was issue of AFSPA. After that, I made a film on Mr. India, Pradeep, because there was HIV problem those days. I made Lady of the Lake because that time there was this gun culture. It's like that. My thought process is like that. So I kind of get my ideas from there, and I start working on the idea. Maybe if it is a fiction, I will look for stories which can connect my idea to it. So that is the process. And also, uh, while doing a documentary, I think I do a lot of research, because documentary, why I enjoy doing documentary is documentaries treatment comes from the subject. Every subject has his own way of treating it. So that is very interesting part of documentary. So I try to find a unique way of telling that story for every subject, and for that you need to know the subject very well. So even my fiction films are an extension of my documentaries, because my approach is very realistic. If you look at my films, it's very realistic. I want to work with non-actors. I want to work with real people. So my process is very realistic in a way.
Yesterday I watched your film Joseph Son
Hmm.
and your another film Nine Hills One Village. Till today I have not
Okay.
watched this. So in that two films you elaborated on current days around Manipur. So what's the present day situation in Imphal and Manipur?
I think when I was thinking of making Josephson and Nine Hills One Valley, there was a lot of tension in Manipur. There was this Meitei Naga thing,
Muiti Naga.
Meitei and Nagas, because this whole thing about land politics, and everybody wants to have their own land and forest. Everybody now, the society has become very individual. That's why we always, even your son will be asking for a separate room. When we were born, we stayed together in one room, but nowadays everybody wants their own. I think that is the problem. In Manipur, we have a lot of communities. It's like mini India. We have 35 different tribes and Meitei.
35.
Yeah. So all this, everybody wants their own land, forest. So this was boiling in Manipur for a long time, and I thought it's like a time bomb. It can burst anytime. So I thought I will make a film on this. That's how Nine Hills One Valley happened, and then Joseph's Son happened, because it's still continuing. Maybe I will have a trilogy on the ethnic class. Maybe my next film will be, because right now that is what is really disturbing me. What is the solution for this? So that is what is really affecting me as a
No, no.
person.
What
And
do you think about the solution?
solution means, I think it's not easy. I think people has to forgive and forget. That is the only way, and we should talk to each other, because it's like cookies and Meiteis are like Hindu Muslim kind of thing. There is a huge gap now.
But it's a pathetic story. Uh, I watched some news documentaries.
Hmm.
A cookie woman married a Meitei
Hmm.
male, and vice versa.
Hmm.
So family scattered.
Yeah.
It's a very painful situation.
Yes. It's a very painful situation. Cookies can't come to Imphal in the valley. Meiteis can't go to the hills, to Rachanpur side and all. So there is a big gap. I think the government should need to do something about this. It's not easy. It's not easy. Everybody, it's not just government. I think everybody needs to collectively work towards a peaceful solution. Which last time when cookies and Naga class happened in the 1990s, I think it took around
So what is the
five.
role of the civil society?
They are trying to do it, but somehow this time it has stretched. So maybe it will take some time. People are trying, but it's not happening. It will take some time.
It's only the land issue, you think?
No. It's not just about land. It's also drugs. Uh, yeah, a lot of issues are there. Migration. Yeah, lot of things are there. So it's very complex. That's what I was saying. Manipur is like mini India. We have different states in India also. Manipur is a small place, but so many small communities, but with their own language, with their own tradition, culture. So, but we need to think about coexistence. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for our
The
future
around 35,
generation.
35
Tribes,
communities, tribes, communities,
including Meitei. Meiteis are general.
general. So, with the biggest population,
Meiteis are the biggest.
Matisar. How does a documentary filmmaker sustain themselves?
Well, I have been surviving till now for the last 25 years. So
पवन पवन कुमार एक ही होता है.
yeah, it's
So-
not easy. It's not easy to do. I think we need in olden days we need Raja used to support the filmmakers. No, I think now I think the government needs to support independent cinema, because commercial cinema will always survive. There is a big industry in India, but for independent work, I consider documentaries as independent work. It's independent cinema, because it's not just about feature film independent cinema, but documentary by itself is independent cinema. So for independent cinema to survive, it's difficult everywhere in the world. So for that, I think the best thing is government should make an ecosystem. And earlier when we started our career, Doordarshan was a very big thing, support for us. You know, many people were making documentaries. In Manipur, you can't count the number of documentary filmmakers. Now today, I can see only 4 or 5 people's name. That time around 100 people were making films, documentary films, when commissioning program was happening. So you can imagine, I think we need a lot of government support for this, or they should try, they can't give money all the time, but maybe they should make an
But
ecosystem.
policy just changes. Reality, the harsh reality.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do documentaries nowadays, and even our audience, like unlike Europe, where documentaries are released theatrically, so we are yet to mature to that level. It's not about maturing, but our film is yet to get exposed to the general public. I think I'm very positive that if the public also knows, and if there is a system of showing documentary in theater, then it will be easier for us, because if you show it theatrically, release it theatrically, chances of money coming back is there. Then people will try to invest, right? So, like fiction, if documentaries can be released in theaters, which is happening in European countries, America, and all, no? So I think I'm very positive that time will come, because there also it came slowly, So I'm very positive that it will also come to India as well.
Same question for independent feature filmmaker.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Independent, at least what is happening is I can see a shift from documentary filmmakers to fiction filmmaking because of the digital revolution, and those are independent cinema today. Okay, but only problem is if it is in a language spoken by many people, it's easier to get theatrical release. But if you do a film in, suppose, in Manipuri language or Tangkhul, then it becomes a problematic to release the film. So our main target happens to be festivals, where if it goes to a big festival, then chances of people getting the film, buying OTT, buying it becomes easier. Otherwise, it's always a struggle. But I think it's better than documentary. At least there is a connect with the audience. No, audience always wants to watch fiction films because they are used to it. Indian audience, especially.
Yes.
So at least independent filmmakers can make some money out of it. Not making money, but can get their money back, so that they can make their next film.
And independent documentary or feature film, space scale, recent time.
Pay scale.
Yes.
I think it's the same thing. But if you are going for international co-production, if you have studied in the film school, there is a process nowadays. A lot of documentaries, whatever good documentaries, all that bridge. If you see all these new documentaries coming off India, all of these were pitched somewhere or the other, and they were supported by finances from outside. They got the right budget to do these films, and I think that is one of the way for independent cinema. Even for fiction also, you have to go for all these lab and grants outside the country. So I think that is the only way right now for us to venture into.
It's just too much competitive.
It's very competitive, no doubt about it. But that is the only way. But at least there is a way. That's what I'm saying. So it becomes easier for people who have gone to film school, who know the craft, who knows what is happening around.
What do you think about mainstream cinema versus parallel independent cinema?
Well, I think mainstream is also changing. There is a lot of changes in the way films are. The subjects are very different nowadays.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm also talking about Malayalam films, Telugu films, and
Hmm.
Hindi films. So there is a whole change because there are a lot of young filmmakers are coming in the scene
Hmm.
and trained people. There is a demand for different kind of, unlike earlier days, there is a demand for different content. So people are, I think, making bold changes in mainstream also. It's just that many of the films are very illogical films, just to cater to the needs of the audience. Even if you have a good subject, somehow you don't do justice to the subject and you only
Hmm.
follow the audience, what the audience will like. So
Yes.
sometimes it's very illogical, but definitely there has been a change.
Hmm.
And but in independent cinema, there is a huge change in India because of the after the digital technology came.
Hmm.
You can see different kind of narratives coming out of every region of India. Everybody is suddenly a filmmaker, and these stories are coming to us in different ways. Even the treatment is very different nowadays, and I think it's going to grow only. It's very vibrant. So let's see. I am very hopeful about the future of cinema in this country.
Top three Indian films you like most
In recent times,
overall?
no, I like all the masters films, Satyajit Ray, Ghatak, Mrinal Das film, Mrinal Sen's film. Even I like Adhur's work. And in the recent times, I have seen all these independent films are amazing. Uh, One of the most beautifully shot independent film is Ruptured by Dominic Sangma last year.
Hmm.
That's a beautiful
From Meghalaya.
from Meghalaya. And Reema's, I haven't seen other films, but I've seen her, this thing, Bulbul Can Sing. It's amazing. And yeah, I've seen a couple of, I can't remember right now, but then uh, right now it's the peak, it's the renaissance of independent cinema in the country, I think. A lot of things are happening in the country. Very beautiful films are being made.
Top three non-Indian films.
See, I'm a old film student, so my favorite is always Tarkovsky.
Yes.
My favorite filmmaker is Tarkovsky, and then yeah,
Hmm.
so I like Wong Kar-wai. I like
Hmm.
this guy Bresso a lot. So yeah, but Tarkovsky has always been my favorite.
And Hollywood film director.
Not many, but I like I watch all kind of films. It's not like that, but
Hmm.
making wise, I love long takes. So I enjoy holding the shot. So
Yes.
Tarkovsky is always my favorite.
So, and Bollywood film director.
I don't have any such this thing about Bollywood. But, I think everybody is doing a good job. Uh, Not anyone in particular as such, but I like Guru Datta's film. And then earlier days, I used to watch only. Those days, I never used to know the directors. I
Film.
love watching Amitabh Bachchan films.
Sure. But
It was actors
yeah,
film.
actor. As a filmmaker, you already visited or invited so many festivals like Berlin, Busan, Abu Dhabi, Toronto, and many more. So, what's the difference between Indian film culture versus non-Indian film culture?
I think one thing which I found in Western festivals is discipline and professionalism. So I think in India, very few festivals are done in a very professional way. It's mostly
Hmm.
government-run festivals, and
Hmm.
very few professional peoples are running it. It's a very new thing for India. But then I think slowly it's changing.
Hmm.
But then there are mushrooming of film festivals in India as well. But uh, very few festivals are bold to show independent cinema. So I think we need more bold film festivals and professionals like curators, proper programmers running the show. Unlike government officials being, becoming the director and the curator of the festivals, you need to have proper curator and a programmer for a festival. And I think that professionalism is lacking in our festivals.
Your memorable day, most memorable day.
My most memorable times are in SRFTI.
Achha.
But I enjoy uh, making Lady of the Lake a lot because it was like an experiment for me to make a feature film the way I make my documentaries. Very small crew. I think we were just five of us making the feature film, and we were always on water. The land was 1 hour drive from the middle of the lake, so in the film you can see only water. So we were there, and with very minimal equipments. We have to charge our battery, so every day we have to send our battery to there, and then they bring it.
I watched that film.
Yeah.
I shocked how it is possible to make this type of film.
So it was a very good experience for us, and
It's memorable film.
yeah, it's memorable film. My first film.
And your happiest moment in life till today.
I don't know. I'm not that happy quite. I think maybe when I got my first national award, maybe that was also one thing in my career where I was, AFSPA got the best,
Best
Golden
film.
Lotus. It was the first time in Manipur history that we got a Golden Lotus. And that was a very proud moment for me, not just me, for my family also. At last, my parents they started believing me in what I'm doing. So maybe,
Exactly.
probably. So yeah, that was a good moment.
Okay. And your saddest moment in life.
Hey, these are strange questions.
ऐसा कोई दिन था मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है होपलेस कोई सिचुएशन
It's always there. It's always there when you're not able to do what you want to do. It's there, but then somehow I have been able to come out of it. Yeah, I mean, there are, since you are a human being, there are sad parts and enjoyable parts in your life, but then not anything in particular as such. ऐसा कुछ ज़्यादा कुछ वैसा नहीं है, लेकिन सैड पार्ट होता है लाइफ का, वो बहुत कुछ फैमिली का, इधर का, ये सब होता है, लेकिन
ऐसा मेमोरेबल
ऐसा मेमोरेबल when you lose your close ones, वो तो है. My dad is no more. That was a shocking thing for me because I'm the only child of them, and my dad, me, and mom, we through three. Since childhood, we three were always there. So when my dad left, that was like a vacuum. Suddenly I realized what the true reality of life. Maybe that was my saddest moment in my life.
And your advice for new generation filmmakers, upcoming filmmakers,
I think
and your some advice, concrete advice.
I think for filmmaking, you need a lot of discipline. Discipline is something which is lacking nowadays. Without discipline, you can never make films. So you need to have discipline because cinema is such a medium. You need a lot of money. You need time. You need patience, and for that, you need to have discipline. Otherwise, so many people are working together for a dream, and if you're not disciplined, then it affects the whole team, whole crew. So I think discipline is the most important thing. And nowadays, because with the coming of digital technology, I think we people doesn't think much. There is a camera, we can edit anytime, no cost, nothing much, but it affects the project. If you have to have a clear vision to do things.
Or your next project?
I'm working on it. The script is on, so it's again a fiction film. Yeah. I will tell you later on.
Okay, thank you.